everybody, it's Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, then you guys should become patrons over on Patreon and join our Discord server. So, today we are talking about Raven's plan. So this is gonna be one of our only videos related to the episode this week. Unfortunately.
Really? That's rare.
Yeah.
That's fairly
I know,
rare.
but I guess there's not much to talk about because we did a prediction on Gira's death last week. I can't do a third one of that, or else people are going to be like, really, Cal? Are you okay?
You're running out of ideas.
In terms of the Raven and Vernal stuff, it was all pretty basic except for the plan part, which we're going to speculate about. And so, yeah, this is the only... I'm also behind on Patreon requests. So this week is time to fulfill some Patreon requests. Ooh. So I don't need to do them next week, I guess. I guess I could have waited until the RWBY hiatus to do these, but, like, it's too late now. So anyway, we're going to talk about Raven's plan today. So basically, Raven sort of... I don't want to say tricked Cinder, but she sort of manipulated Cinder into being like, hey, I want Crow dead. I'll work with you if we kill Crow. And then Cinder was like, why? And then Raven gave an actual good reason. Like, oh, okay, he knows about the Spring Maiden. He won't leave us alone. And so there was that. But there was also sort of the idea that I think that she had, that she knew that as soon as Emerald was like, but Ruby's with them, and Cinder was like, oh yes, Ruby. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's super important, because Raven knew right away, I think, that, like, oh, Cinder wants some revenge. Because I think Raven is very perceptive, she even says that, and she's very good at understanding what people want, and so that kind of helps her manipulate her plan further. So here's where things are kind of getting interesting, is later in the episode, Raven says, like, that she knows that Cinder and her team are basically full of shit, they won't leave us alone, which is why they need the relic. So here is kind of what I'm imagining as a scenario. So, they agreed to help Cinder kill Crow, basically, and get the relic, right? Now Raven is gonna go to Crow and be like, hey, we kinda said that we would help kill you, but we're not actually gonna do that. So we'll pretend that we are for, like, the first 5 minutes, and then we'll turn around and ambush them and get rid of our enemies, okay? Because they're targeting both of us. This is in the best interest of both of us. Here's what I think will happen as sort of the third twisty twist, is that Raven will then betray Crow, sneak off to go get the relic while they're... You guys didn't see my hand motion, but I made a little sneaky hand motion. They will then sneak off to go get the relic while Crow and Ruby and them are dealing with Cinder, because obviously they can't go stop them. Raven will open a portal, they will get the fuck out, and that's it. So, yeah.
I feel like Raven
that's
has
the plan.
some difficulty with actually killing Crow.
She's not gonna actually kill him, though. I think that's the point, is that she just said that because I feel like she knew that it was in
she made a good
their best interest, you know what I mean? And so she made a good argument for it, but I feel like she only said that because she thought it would be something that they could get interest in, and then she realized that Cinder really wants to go after Ruby, and she also used that to her advantage. Right? And so I feel like killing Crow was just sort of something they could do. And they bought it, right? They seem to have believed that, right? But we know that Raven and Crow have been in contact, and so I feel like if they go back with Salem with this, Salem may know better, because I think that she knows that Raven doesn't really want Crow dead, and rather... It's more of a ploy, like they're still close as family, you know what I mean? And so I feel like Salem will be like, well, aren't you idiots? Like, you know what I mean? And Salem will be like, you really think that, like, because then Raven will go talk to Crow and they'll do something behind both of their backs, right? At least I think that's the intention. You know what I mean? Thoughts, Hunter?
Maybe I just empathize too much with characters, or I'm too like, this seems stressful. But it's genuinely, I feel like, I have this feeling that, like, I really sort of, like, you get a lot of character, I feel, from Raven just by looking at her.
Yeah, of course.
You get the idea that this woman has been worn down. She is essentially been beaten, almost.
I mean, she says that, too.
She's not having a good time.
Because she says, I don't want to work with either of you. And then that kind of shows her true nature, too, because she isn't going to work with Crow longer than she needs to get Crow to distract Cinder. She isn't going to work with Cinder either, so she is in it for herself. And that's why I think that this theory has a lot of weight, because I think that is what's going to happen, is that she is going to first turn her back on Cinder and pretend to help Crow And then as soon as she thinks that she can get away during the fight without being seen, she'll leave Crow and the kids to Cinder and them. They'll go get the relic, and they have portals. They can go home. Right? And so I feel like that's, I don't want to say the basic explanation, but, like, that's the best one. I don't know. Like, I feel like people are like, well, Cal, that's not a theory. She basically said this. But I don't know. Like, I thought it was subtle enough that I could make a video about it and sort of speculate, but it wasn't, like, but it was clear enough that I kind of got that vibe. Does that make sense? Like, do you feel that, too, that that's what she's gonna do?
One thing also, did you pronounce subtle as subtitle?
Subtile. Subtile.
What's subtile?
Like, subtile, like subtle, but, like...
Why did you pronounce it subtitle?
No, like subtile.
That sounds like a Pokemon.
No, because that's how it's written.
Yes, but that's not how it's pronounced.
Okay, well, I've been saying that since we started these videos, and no one has ever corrected me.
Hors d'oeuvres, they're called hors d'oeuvres. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Anyways.
Subtle.
Subtle.
But the B, okay, whatever.
The B is
but nobody's corrected me. We've talked about this for a while.
I really liked her characterization. She seems that someone is beat. And I feel like I still don't know so much about her. Is it so simple that she's just only caring about her team? Why would she bring on such a responsibility that would bring her so much harm? Like Vernal, does she just want a powerful person on her side? Or does she really care? Is there some sort of subterfuge going on there? Does she really care?
Do you have
she
the
willing
hiccups?
to maybe a
You're
little
bit? So cute.
I just feel like there's gonna be some big, like, character-defining moment of Raven's coming
also,
up.
this means we're getting, like, the fall of Haven, like, this season.
Yeah.
Like, there's still, like, 4 more episodes left, sort of 5 more episodes left, and so that's definitely enough time. That's a little scary, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't expect it would be going that quickly.
And so I think they're gonna at least start it now and then leave the end on a cliffhanger. Does that make sense? That they're gonna start the battle for Haven Academy and everything. Also, I know this isn't related to the plans or whatever, but apparently somebody saw Neptune recording in the RWBY booth. Carrie or whoever.
Yeah, Carrie? Okay, so he may show up
So
again.
Neptune may be a thing that happens. But yeah, I don't know. I think that this is Raven's plan, and I think that it may actually work, because it's pretty solid. Like, Crow can't go after her if he's distracted.
I'm more excited for the idea of there being, like, a character...
I like the 4x4 idea, though. Like, Crow fighting Watts, and then Ruby fighting Cinder, and then Emerald fighting Weiss, and then Mercury fighting Yang, because they're such reflections of each other in a way. Like, his Crow is sort of this... I don't want to say he's disgraced.
Daddy issues.
But Crow is a disgraced
mommy
teacher
issues.
To an extent. You know what I mean? Being a teacher was only his cover, but he's still a little disgraced.
And then I suppose, like... I guess Weiss and Emerald work, too, because it's like...
Because Emerald is the rich one, and then...
Or
Aladdin!
other way around.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
royalty and then literally Aladdin. So.
Yeah, and so that works. And so then you have Mercury and Yang, that's obvious. And so...
I think... More than a
Don't
big...
you remember that this was in the OP?
Come again?
That in the OP wasn't Mercury there fighting Yang or something?
That's true. Absolutely.
And
wow,
like,
that might actually happen this time.
Oh my god, guys, we're geniuses. But yeah, I don't know, I just remembered that they were there, right? And so, yeah, I feel like they're all good reflections of each other, especially, like, we've talked about the Wizard of Oz generation theory before, right? Is that Crow is the Scarecrow, but on Cinder's side, it's Watts, etc., etc. Like, Ironwood is the Tin Man, but on Salem's side, it's Hazel, etc., etc., etc. And so, I feel like this works really well, because, you know, it matches up almost perfectly with our Wizard of Oz generations theory and everything like that. I think that's nice. But yeah, but Raven is sort of, because she said that, I feel like that's the biggest hint. Like, I don't want to work with either of you. So she's only gonna work with them as long as she has to, and then she's gonna sneak off and get the relic with her lesbian girlfriend.
Which is not probably unlikely. I don't feel like, I thought that was likely then. I don't know how.
But you saw the way that Vernal looked at her. She was like, do you really think that they'll leave us alone?
Okay, so, like, a lot of people were like, there's no way Illy is gay, and it was like, okay, I feel like there was, like, certain, like, interpretations you can make.
Yeah.
Especially after she, like, downright said it.
But come on!
But then, I think now you could look at a pine cone, and then you'd be like, that's a
also,
real gay
a lot of
looking
people
pine
were
cone.
just like, Ilia's not, it doesn't mean she's gay. She just likes girls. And I'm just like, okay, listen, we're using gay in a pretty, like, we're not saying Ilia is a lesbian. No, like, we're saying she's gay as in we're saying that she's queer. Like, we're saying that, like, she's in the LGBT spectrum. Like, how much clearer do you want us to be? You know what I mean? I had to reply to at least 10 comments being like, we use gay like we use queer. It doesn't mean we think she's a lesbian. If I meant lesbian, I would have said fucking lesbian. For now, I do mean lesbian. On the other hand.
I feel like this has less to do with, like, a plan and more to do with, I think...
This is their plan, though! It's to run away together after they get the relic! I
mean, her plan with the relic, I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be, okay, sure, murder is romantic. Okay. I feel like there's gonna be a character-defining moment showing up for Raven, and I really look forward to that.
These are the character-defining moments.
Despite her, like, showing up early on, and, like, that sort of, like, ish scene with... I really enjoyed how she was this. I got the sense that this is someone who's, like...
She's been very, like, subtly developed.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Also, I feel like people were really wrong about the characterization for both Salem and Raven. Because with both
people are still wrong.
Because people were like, in fanfiction, it's like, they're pure evil, absolute menaces, terrible person. And like, yeah, they may not be great, but they're also kind of like moms. Where it's just like, this is my
Hunter,
fucking...
Here's the thing. Regardless of whatever Raven does, people are gonna say, like, people still think that. Like, just because, like, just the same as they think Ilia's evil, people still think that, like, Raven is the worst person to ever exist. And I'm like, Jacques literally hit his daughter.
Young
but,
motherfuckers need, like...
Go back to grade 12 English. You know? I don't know what to say. But yeah, like, Raven's not pure evil. She's on a side of her own. I don't even think pure evil exists, but we've talked about that in other videos. Anyways, but yeah, like, it seems she said she's doing what, like, for the good of the tribe and everything. Obviously, she gives a shit about things that aren't herself. But, like, I don't know. No matter what she does, Hunter, people are still gonna say that. Like, people, like, still say that, like, Yang is just, like, the blonde idiot that's there for puns. Even though that entirely contradicts her entire character. You know what I mean? Like, maybe she's like that a little in Chibi, but I don't think in Chibi she's stupid. She does make a lot of jokes, but, like, Chibi's supposed to be
But in
jokey.
Chibi is hyperbolic by its nature.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And so for...
I think, in general, we're really excited.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens.
Exactly. And so, like... I don't know. Like, I can't save stupid people. Like, I can't save people that are like, oh, Yang is just punch. She's just, you know, like, she's just here because she wants to, like, you know, party. Like, or whatever. I can't save them.
I feel like that's a sort of very shallow view of the show.
Yeah, and so I don't, like, again, I can't
enjoy the show how you enjoy the show.
Don't come up to me and tell me that. I don't want to hear
Listen,
that.
right? Like, we admittedly care about this, put more effort into this than anyone should.
Yeah.
But... You know, anyway.
I mean, like, I'll let them enjoy it, but if you're looking at things so shallowly, how are you enjoying anything? Like, I couldn't enjoy it if that's all I thought of Yang or that's all I thought of Raven. Like, to each their own, I guess, but still. Like, wouldn't that bother you if everybody was that shallow? Like, that's why I couldn't stand Sword Art Online anymore. Because everybody was just tropes, and at least Blake has an interesting harem, and you know what I mean?
I mean,
but
fucking
whatever.
Kirito Sword Guy from that show had an interesting harem as well.
Well,
not including his stepsister. Anyways, that was so fucking weird.
Anyways, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like Raven's plan is pretty solid and a little more intricate than I expected. You know, like, it sounds pretty basic. Like, first betray Cinder,
first
then betray Crow, then go get the
Then we betray again. Then we steal, then we profit.
Yeah, and so, like, I don't know. I feel like when you say it that way, it's pretty basic, but all the thought that had to go into it, and how she had to kind of see what Cinder was after, that she was after her revenge for Ruby, and that kind of trumped everything else. Because even Arthur was like, hey, don't do it, and she was like, just, okay, bitch, I'll do what I please. You know what I mean? And so, when you kind of look at it like that, like, Raven's sort of a mastermind, and I love it. And, like, Raven's not even a mastermind trying to take over the world, she's just a mastermind trying to do her own thing.
And she's got style. She's got style.
Anyways, so yeah, I'm sorry if we got a little off topic, but I feel like it's important. Like, I feel like it's important when we talk about Raven and her motivations to also criticize the people that are like, Raven's pure evil. Like, no, like, holy shit. Did
Someone dropped a brick upstairs.
Anyways,
hello.
So yeah, you know, like, I feel
like that's important. What do you mean
important.
We're sad? All we do is spend an inordinate amount of time in a basement making videos about a cartoon.
Yeah. Anyways, so I feel like that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna make sure nobody's dead up there. And so yeah, again, I feel like that it's important when we make these to also call some people out sometimes.
Oh
and like, you guys will see
like
that with all of the Jean videos this week. Don't worry.
I feel like we got a little feisty here.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm feeling feisty today. I just dyed my hair. I feel like a new person. Like, I look great. Trust. You're not gonna say anything to that? Okay.
Your hair looks lovely. It's very vibrant. I dig it.
I know, and I feel powerful, Hunter.
You feel powerful.
I feel like we're gonna fuck up some bitches. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye!